Excuse me.
Yes.
My name is Sushant Kumar Yadav. I would like to emphasize on the niche sector. For example, I got opportunity to visit Europe because I got a scholarship to study there. Similarly, many youth would agree that they are visiting Nepal just because we have this Nepal-Bangladesh Youth Conclave here. So, regarding the economic capability of our people of our countries and even Bangladesh, youths cannot afford leisure tourism. That's the reality. And in such a situation, why not we have more and more such kind of conferences, conclave, different other purposes, such as it can be health tourism, it can be a study tourism, it can be various other such activity where we certainly visit new places, but not just for leisure tourism. Definitely tourism would be there, but we have even other purposes to do that. What's your opinion or views on this?
You are asking for some specific panelist or is general?
Yes, general question.
Okay, we'll take few more questions, then we'll come back to respond to your queries. Yes, here in front. Aditya.
I have four queries. Three of them are directed to the three panelists. And then I think they can put their heads together, not to clash, but to communicate on one particular term that I used about 15 years back. That I don't think that term does exist in the vocabulary of the current, tourism. The first question is to Basuji. What do you think can or must be done to promote land travel, to promote land travel for tourists to and fro between Bangladesh and Nepal? And second question, priority-wise, where does Nepal stand in the list of the Bangladesh government or the public there? These are the two queries from to Basuji. Then there is another question I have for Mr. D.V. Linguji. Is there an integrated plan from the government of Nepal and Bangladesh to promote travel and tourism between the two countries? Maybe you have some information about it. If not, if the answer is no, then what may be the reason? Second question. We are playing with the possibility of coming up with a yearbook on Nepal tourism. That is part of our agenda. I'm not an expert in this field, but I wish anybody took up that option, because that could be a very good resource material, a kind of data bank. I have checked with many people involved in tourism, but I have not found the answer yet. Maybe such a publication does not exist, but it's now time up that something like that publication came up. If you put your heads together, then it can be a tremendous source of policy, study, research, data banking, and guidance and strategy for tomorrow. Then the third question is, can something be done to everyone to promote what I call academic tourism between Bangladesh and Nepal? What do I mean by academic tourism? I do remember that about 50 years back, when I was playing with that idea, I had circulated that to some of my seniors. And one fellow who perhaps is related to, what his name, exactly I forget, I think he's Lokendraji. He was involved with some tourism sector in Janakpur. He had done something. He opted to take me on his personal expense to Janakpur to show me around what had been done there. But then I told him, I'm sorry, I cannot oblige, because that would be just a waste of time. I had only putted that idea of academic tourism, seeing the possibility of having some kind of regular flow between certain universities and colleges of Bangladesh, for instance, and Nepal. And they can complement their courses, because those courses cannot be available in Bangladesh. Ecotourism of Himalayas, for instance, comparative studies in religion and philosophy about Buddhism, for instance. And Bangladesh can also have some, indigenous courses. So in those ways, maybe there may be a kind of permanent, bonding between the academic sectors. And Bangladesh has got enough of them. Already I know that quite a few medical graduates are getting their degrees from there. So this could be one very strong way to bond up, the academic community there. I understand that Bangladesh is a land whose value we do not really appreciate very much. More than about 12 years ago, the ambassador to whom I was talking in the embassy, he told me one thing very flabbergasting, and I don't forget that. He pointed to the great history of academic, contributions that came from Bangladesh, that is eastern part of former Bengal. For instance, Satyajit Ray, for instance, Rabindranath Tagore, for instance, the great scientist Meghnad Shah, they all came from there. And to talk that this maybe a sitarist like Alauddin, maestro of sitar, he also migrated from Bangladesh. So this is a land which is very rich in, I do believe in academic potentials. So we can have a lot, to give and take. My suggestion, what would be your answer?
Hi, I have a question to Mr. Sherpaji. Yeah. I'm Arif Shabi. I have a startup school here, every school of startups, is ESOS. So I have a question for you since you talked about the tourism business related with the mountains and all adventure tourism. Can you give some figures? What is the current status that the country is getting from that tourism business, adventure tourism, and what is the capacity, like how much it can generate for the country? And for you, Mr. Basu, I have a suggestion. You must have come with some, a plan so that this Nepal-Bangladesh Youth Conclave would get some idea from you, rather you said a lot of work about the government issues. So if there would be some ideas to connect with and get something from the Nepal youth entrepreneurs, that would be much better. Thank you.
Okay, please make your question short.
Thank you very much. I'm Ariful Haq Prokor from Bangladesh. I would like to know that this is the scenario that Bangladeshi people easily access to India. That is why a good number of Bangladeshi people visited in India, but Bangladeshi people could not access to Nepal easily because India is in middle. So my query is that, do you have any plan to resolve this transit issue? Thank you.
So I think we have to close here because we have a couple of very interesting questions coming up from the floor, and it's very, very specific questions from MICE tourism, specific component of tourism, from the other. Anandji have series of questions posed. So I would like to give the chances to the panelists to respond. If something remains during the wrap up, we can try to respond how it is possible. So first I will go to Didi Limbuji.
Yeah, my question was integrated plan. Actually, Nepal should thank you, Bangladesh, that we are getting more and more tourists from Bangladesh. Now the potential country is Bangladesh. If we count the number and the strength of the countries, Bangladesh participant is more than the India now, as far as in my knowledge, if it is counted by the country's strength. Yes, indeed, Nepal government and Bangladesh government has several meetings in the government level. I do involve some of the meetings when I was president of Nepal Association of Travels and Tours. But thing is, even when 3 years back, I went to BFTD. There is two associations in Bangladesh. If I'm not wrong, one is BTTF and another one is BFTD. I went to join with the BTTF in Bangladesh with their invitations, and we formed a SAC Council Tourism. We formed there immediately, but could not expedite because of lack of infrastructures. I don't know why, because especially the government, they just plan and they don't expedite the things, you know. So for that question, government level, Nepal and Bangladesh government level is trying to do this, and even the association to association is also trying to integrate one another, but difficulty is cannot expedite yet. So may hope sometimes later it would be comes in effect. My question is only, I think, and another one is, what I want to inform you is, we have a NATAM, Nepal Academic of Tourism and Hotel Management, which is located in Ravi Bhavan. I was the member of board in there, and there is a hotel run by the private sector but owned by the NATAM. They are trying to put it in the bid. So I don't know this time, because I'm not no longer the member of that hotel. But we have minute that we should give the scholarships to India and Bangladesh, at least 2 or 3, to exchange our culture, exchange our partnership, something like that. So maybe it will be effective soon. Last time I went to Natham for social activities, I asked them what is happening, that we have minuting, that this is going on. Maybe it will be effective from coming year. Thank you.
Thank you, DBG. And now I move towards answering Ji. The very specific questions for you is, what is the capacity of Nepalese industry in handling the mountain tourism, number one, and how much resources is generated from this sector? Very specific.
Okay, thank you very much.